Hello everyone and happy Thursday to you. Today I have yet another bins haul for you. Now this bins haul is going to be finishing out what was left from last week's bins haul, and it will also be items from this week when I went on Monday. So when I went this Monday, it was not that good, which was kind of a bummer because the bins have been, obviously as you guys have seen, very good lately. Not to say I don't have anything good, it's just not nearly as much. And it just wasn't like banger after banger after banger like the past couple weeks have been. Which is honestly fine because I have more than enough stuff right now, and we already had a little bit left from the last bins haul to kind of finish out. So I think this actually works out perfect. Also, a lot of times when I go to the bins, a big goal of mine is just to get stuff to consign because as I've told you guys, I go to Turnstile every single week to consign, and I like to bring in basically as many items as I can. And I did do good on that front, so that is great. Anyways, though, I suppose we should probably jump into it. And some of the finds that I'm actually like most excited about from this week are actually shoes once again. I know that I just said that the bin strip wasn't good, but I do actually have a pair of luxury shoes from this week. So take anything I say with a grain of salt, I guess. So we're gonna start off with the shoes from this week, and then we're actually gonna finish up the clothes from last week, and then we're gonna do the clothes from this week. It doesn't really matter to you guys, just so you know, that's kind of the order I'm going in. So the first pair of shoes that I have is a pair of Halflingers. This is basically what most of them look like. I know that I showed you guys some funkier, more fun ones a couple weeks back, but usually they're just this gray wool. These, I don't know if they're men's or women's, but they're a size 43. Honestly, Halflingers might be unisex, but I almost lean towards these being men's. The only issue with these is they do have some wear down at the back right here. I don't know, these are mainly used as like a comfort shoe or kind of like a winter Birkenstock vibe. So it doesn't always matter when there's like a bit of wear to them, when it's not like too bad. So we'll see. I'm not gonna charge like a ton for these, and otherwise they're in great shape, so that is why I wanted to give them a shot. Next up, we have a pair of boots. Now I don't recall if I've tried this brand before, but I definitely have. I feel like I've had a pair of sandals before. But these boots are by a brand called Vagabond Shoemakers. It's really tiny right there. Luckily, I know I'm in the living room and sometimes I can't show labels as well in here, but it's very bright out today, so I think we should be fine today. So here's a better look at the label right there. These are a size 36, so a US 6, and they do have a little bit of wear to them. I haven't looked them up to see if that is factory done, but I kind of don't think so. Though I will say, with boots in this style of more of kind of a Western style, I think that wear like this actually looks a lot cooler than them just being totally plain. It gives like a Zadig and Voltaire kind of vibe, in my opinion. So I really like these. They are a US, actually 5.5. It does say in here. They're leather. Vagabond is expensive. I wouldn't say it's like the highest end brand ever, but it's definitely higher end designer. I think they retail for around 300, maybe a little more than 300. I have 3 more pair of shoes. One of them, I haven't taken my thumbnail yet, but one of them I have a feeling was in my thumbnail because it's really unique. And honestly, the other pair might have been too. So we'll do the third of those 3. So next up, I have this pair of kitten heels. I thought these were really cute. They're actually mesh, and they have like polka dots kind of in them. So these are vintage Stuart Weitzmans. I don't really like to do any age of Stuart Weitzmans. They just don't perform very well for me. But these are really cute and very trendy. I love the metallic detail. I love this bow with the glittery kind of ring situations on the ends of the bow. I could not find the freaking size in these for the life of me, so I still don't know what size they are. I'll have to measure or something, but they're in really good shape for being vintage. I actually found another pair of vintage Stuarts with these that I did pick up as well, but those I'm going to consign. These ones are just too trendy that I had to sell them. I think these are a size 10. That's actually larger than I would have thought these are. I don't think you're gonna be able to see that because I can hardly see it, but I believe that says, or does it say 7, like D or something? I'm really gonna have to figure that out. Actually, these are probably a 7. This looks more like a 7 than a 10 to me. I am safely assuming they are 7. Should we do the luxury or should we do the really, really interesting funky shoes? I'm like just as excited about both. I actually might be more excited about the funky ones. Let's do the funky ones. Okay, so I'm sure you saw these in the thumbnail, like I said, but these rolled out. These Bratz UGG shoes, basically. They are not actually from either brands or any kind of collaboration relating to the two. These rolled out in a bin like 2 down from me. And I saw them and I was like, I really want to go grab those. But they went to a bin with some girlies, like some college age girls. There was other people there. I just was like, there's no way. Like, it was super packed. I was like, there's no way nobody's gonna take them because look at these. So I kind of gave up hope and just stayed at the bin I was at. Then after about like 30 seconds after the rotation, I looked down, nobody had touched these. They were actually just like thrown aside kind of. Then I moved it. I was like, I'm gonna get down there and I'm gonna grab those. I honestly don't care what they are. Unless they were Shein, I gotta get these. They've got to be something. Sure enough, these are by Demonia, which if you don't know Demonia, it is a total kind of like punk, goth, alternative style bolo brand. They make very expensive shoes. I actually have a pair of Demonia boots myself that I also found at the bins, shockingly in my size. They're sold at Dolls Kill. They're sold obviously on like their own website. I'm sure there's other like alternative style websites they're sold at. Maybe they're every once in a while at Hot Topic, maybe some of the cheaper ones, I don't know. But these ones are like 150 new. Now they do have a little bit of wear because she like did wear them probably in the winter. There's that. But I'm not too upset about it. I should still be able to sell them totally easily. And obviously if I don't sell these in the fall, they'll do great in the winter. So I have no fear that I should get some good money for these. They zip all the way down the inside so that you're not like shoving your foot all the way down this tall boot. I don't know, once again, what size these are. Obviously they're kind of a maze to get into or to take a look at. The bottom say Demonia on the inside. If you're interested in these, which honestly I'm sure most of you wouldn't be anyways, but if you are interested, I will of course. Oh wait, there we go, these are a size 9. Do they have a name? The Camel. I don't think these are even real suede. Demonia is not like really high quality. It's just really high uniqueness levels. I was gonna say high fashion, but like a lot of people wouldn't consider these to be like high fashion. High levels of alternative, I guess. And last is this pair of wedges. I'm being very careful and purposeful with the way I'm holding these. So these are some pink suede wedges. And they're by a luxury brand, and if I show you the inside, you'll know what they are, and if I show you the bottoms, you'll know what they are. Even though then again, I probably use these in the thumbnail. But these are some bloody shoes. These are some red bottoms, and these are some Christian Louboutin shoes. Now, as you can see, they've got a bit of wear to the bottom, and they definitely have some wear at the inside. I don't know if she had like walked on the grass and then stepped in these. Maybe they were for a wedding or an event or something. I will try to clean the insides up as much as I can, but what I really care about is that the exteriors are really not that bad. And pink, light pink, especially suede, is something that could get really, really dirty or messed up. Now, obviously, it's not like perfect. There's a little bit of discoloration at the toes and stuff, but the outside is probably the best condition of any part or aspect of these. The back of this shoe is a little dirty. I will use my suede brush and try to just like clean these up a little or something, but overall they're in great shape on the exterior. So these should do great. It's super exciting no matter what to find Louboutins at the bins. These are size 36, so they're like a 6. I think every time I've had Loubs, that's how they fit. So these should fit like a 6. So that's exciting. Like not the best pair, obviously, but definitely pretty exciting. So let's finish up the bit of clothing we have from last week, and then we will get into what I found this week. So first up was this weird skirt. It's super heavy, and it honestly felt like Hervé Leger. If you have ever felt Hervé Leger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like really, really heavy jacquard, heavy knit material. There was no label on the inside here, but I had a feeling this would be something high-end. Again, I was kind of thinking it was Hervé Leger. Actually, This skirt is by ALC, which is an expensive high-end brand. And I assume this is the retail, $396. And that sounds about accurate for what something like this would cost. Also, that tag says medium, so it was kind of nice that the fabric tag has all the info. I could end up consigning this. I don't know. I really like that it has like the brand and the size still in it. I think I could still consign it because it has that. So we'll see. This was a really, really, really exciting find, actually. So this brand isn't always the most exciting. I mean, it's great to find at the bins, but it's not always the most thrilling. It is Rag & Bone, and this is a size medium sweater in this hunter green color, but as you can see, there are rivets all throughout. It's on the sleeves, it's on the front of the body, it's on the back of the body. This is a very expensive Rag & Bone piece. I think this sweater was like nearing $1,000 or something. It was much more expensive than a regular Rag & Bone, probably just because of all the intricate metallic detailing. But this thing is like new condition. The fabric tag is still crisp. This is 43% extra fine merino wool and 31% alpaca and 26% linen. It's a very soft material and a very nice mix of material. So this should do really well. This I am not going to consign. I will totally stick it out and try to sell this myself. It's just so nice. Then we have a dress, and this is more like closet bread and butter for me. This is adorable. So it is a puffed sleeve cotton, almost like pumpkin orange dress. And this is from Banana Republic. This is a size medium tall, which is very exciting. As you guys know, I love to sell tall from my mall brands that I do. So this is a really, really cute, just like mature, nice dress. Like I could picture just like a mother wearing this to like a pumpkin patch or like a school event or something. It's like stylish and mature at the same time. Like not to say it's like it ages you or anything. It just gives like very stylish mother. There's my weird, you guys know. I like I create the person in my head that's gonna wear this stuff. So next up is a Todd Snyder piece. Now, if you don't know this brand, it is a men's bolo for sure. These are size medium, and they are some corduroy shorts, kind of like safari shorts, honestly. They're shorter, which is kind of cute. I like shorter shorts like this. These are size medium. Todd Snyder, I think, only makes men's, so these should be men's. There's a chance I could consign those as well. The rear rail actually marks Todd Snyder really high, though, of course, those are shorts, so I don't think they would do as high. Then we have this brand called Banks Journal. I had never heard of this brand before, but I loved the style of it. I'm very tempted to keep it, and Ryan really wants me to keep it. I probably won't, though, because I have so many plaid pieces and jackets. I need to depil a little on the inside. The like polyester lining just has a couple fuzzies that'll come out really easy. But this brand is actually on Garmentory, and it seems like a good brand to pick up. The comps are not super solid, so I'm gonna have to give this a shot, but the retail for the brand seems quite high, and I think this is a really cute piece from them. So this is gonna be a trial. I'm not gonna put up the bolo notebook because I haven't seen how this performs yet, but I think it should do well. It definitely has wool in it. I didn't actually look at what it is. 55% wool, and then it's polyester mixed in. So that is really nice. Last week's bins haul was already kind of a mix of two. So now this is like a mix of three. If you saw me like look confused for a second here, I was like, I feel like some of these are not from the same bin strip, because they're not. So next up is another bolo. This is ATM. ATM is a very expensive, it's a lot like ALC in name and in retail and designer level. Size medium. This is a silk skirt with like a tropical print. This is another item that I could end up consigning just because it has a high retail. ATM usually does really well for me, actually. Even though a lot of their stuff is kind of like basic, to be honest. It usually surprises me and actually will sell well, so we will see. This is an Anthro brand I haven't seen in forever, and that is Isabella Sinclair. It used to be one of my favorites of theirs to sell. This is an extra small, and this is a really, really cute piece. It's this roughly kind of puff sleeve blouse with these like sunflowers embroidered in. I really need to steam this or throw it in the dryer again. It's really cute. I definitely will sell that one myself. This next one, oh, this is a good find. So I need to do some work on this, but I think it's worth giving a shot. Also, it's super lightweight, so even if it doesn't work out, it's okay. So this is a Veronica beard piece, size 14. And I believe someone had thrown this back. And the reason for that is because there is some discoloration at the underarms. This arm is a lot worse, but it helps that this is white because obviously I can do some bleach treatments. I don't really know why it's like a pink color. It almost looks like a makeup stain or something. So we will see. Otherwise, it's in great shape and it's a size 14, like I said. So that's a really good size. I don't think I've ever found Veronica beard in a size 14. So that will be something I try to do some work on. Oh, these are really cute. Okay, so I don't get super excited about Levi's a lot nowadays, but this is a style I definitely was excited about. These are the Levi's 70s High Flare. They are size 24, but that is totally fine. Super, super cute, very trendy style. They are a longer inseam, which a lot of people like nowadays. I feel like zipper fly, and I know button flies aren't as popular anymore, so I like finding zipper fly, especially hidden zipper fly like this. These should do good. It's a good style. I know it's a small size, but I don't know. With Levi's, I feel like I've noticed any and all sizes do well. I haven't really had better luck with any or worse luck with any. That was something I was consigning. I might consign these too. These are just some like an anthro skirt or like wrap skirt pants. They're from Lilka. I think I'm gonna consign those. I'm not super excited about them. Okay, I've had this a couple times and I am excited about this piece. So this is Allison Joy, size small. Allison Joy is an in-house Evereve brand. This is a animal print slash camo slash like misty haze pattern sweater. Very oversized, very like squishy sweater. This has always sold really well for me anytime I've had it. I think this will be my third time selling it. I'm very confident in that one. Then we have an Ann Taylor piece. I don't always sell Ann Taylor blouses. I actually rarely do, but I like this one. So it's a size large, so it's a better size. It is a slightly puffed sleeve, royal purple, I guess I would call this, blouse. I just feel like this is a really good, like moody, as people say, color for fall. And it has a bow that ties at the front that I really should have done before this haul. But I just think this is a really unique color where like, if this was say like your favorite color or a color that you thought looked really good on you, I don't feel like you could find it very frequently or very often. I think like getting an opportunity to buy a unique color like this isn't common. Also, this is like new. Also, I think this is really, really recent. This is from 2023, winter 2023. So I just think it'll do well. It seems unworn, and that is always a positive. Next up is another thing I've never tried before. This is JW Anderson and Uniqlo. JW Anderson is a really, really high-end brand that is quite trendy and popular. Uniqlo is kind of a fast fashion brand. So this is almost like having an H&M collab. I've never tried Uniqlo collabs, especially not JW Anderson. So these are men's pants. I feel like they're trendy and cute. They're like a carpenter style. I like this kind of like industrial style buckle belt. I guess not like industrial, like construction worker. I don't know, but the comps are pretty good on this. I think they'll do good. I need to like steam or wash this again too. Size 30 with a 33-inch inseam. So actually Ryan or I could probably wear these, but I don't think this is really either of our styles. Okay, I know last week I promised you guys a couple more new leg and look brands, and let's do those right now, shall we? First up, this I was like, okay, either this is gonna be leg and look or this is gonna be some like Shein brand. It's called Bicud or Bicud. Maybe it might be something else completely. It's an extra large. The brand made me think it was like a Shein piece, but this style made me think it could be leg and look. And sure enough, it is an expensive leg and look brand. So it has these printed polka dots, like large polka dots all over it. And it's got kind of like a button right up to your throat neckline, which is very leg and look. It's also very boxy, I can tell. This is a linen cotton blend. We'll see how it does. Again, I cannot activate the Bolo notebook for most Lag and Look because usually comps are all over. They all have high retail. It's hard to gauge. So this is totally gonna be a test run. We will see how this does. And I will be reporting back to you as soon as I know more. I don't know why I did that. Next up, oh, okay, no, let's do the other Lag and Look, then we'll do that. This is another style where I was like, this is giving all the Lag and Look vibes. It's almost like a gator scale print, I guess, but it's like quilted. I don't know, it's interesting. So this is by OHM. OHM. This is a size medium. And again, this looked to be a very expensive Lag and Look brand. I don't know why I only have the top one buttoned, but it buttons down to about halfway. It does not have pockets. I really thought it did. But this is made in the USA. So usually I've noticed a lot of Lag and Look is made in the US. So if you see anything that looks Lag and Look in style and it has a made in the US tag, give it a Google. Now we will move on to these pants. So these pants are by Faraday, and these are size small. These are very bohemian linen blend pants. They might be kind of an ankle length. As you guys know, Faraday is one of my favorite brands to sell. They are 55% linen, 45% lensing, Ecovero viscose. It has a first, middle, and last name I've never heard of. I've heard of viscose, obviously, but not whatever else that was. So those, as I say with literally everything, those should do good. Those should do well. When I'm editing, the amount of like so that I cut out, so if you think I say so a lot, it'd be like 10 times as worse if I didn't edit. And the amount of so those should do good. So this should do good. So I was excited about that. So I was excited about this. But it's hard. Okay, it's hard to like not. It's really hard to force myself to not say those things. It's just become so like natural. Anyways, next up is Raga. Or Raga, I forget. It's been so long that I forget how to pronounce this. But this always used to be a really, really good brand. A lot of times sold at Anthro. Obviously, it's a very bohemian style brand. And it's very, very expensive retail-wise. I like that it has this like ladder kind of detailing up the back right there. And it actually, I guess it did have it on the sides and stuff as well. But this is really pretty, and I'm hoping that Raga still has the following that it always used to have. Next up is a vintage piece that I think is so adorable. It is by Anthony Mark Harkins, I think is what that says. And the size is pretty worn out. I'd have to look really close to see if I can see a size on here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. So this is like a tapestry blanket jacket that almost has like rug fringe edge details. And it's got moons and stars and suns. This is adorable. So adorable. This looks like something that Urban would sell, or again, like Dolls Kill, or I don't know, even like Anthro or Free People would probably at some point have sold something like this. So cute. I'm guessing it's probably like a smaller medium. I love that so much. Then I was excited about this. This is J. Crew, newest label, and this had actually been at a regular Goodwill for like $7 and nobody bought it for some reason. This is a size 6. And let me at least do one of the buttons so it's easier to see. But any of the new label J. Crew, I would like $7 is a steal. It all performs quite well. I mean, if it was like a T, no. But otherwise, yes. So this is plaid. It's like a blue-green plaid. It's got this cute contrasting white collar and contrasting cuffs. It has really, really nice, cute buttons that are like gold and black and reflective. I assume this is from 25 or 24. 2022. Wow. That must be like right when they started to use this label. I mean, obviously, like, this isn't gonna go for $1 trillion, but usually this J. Crew label does so well and sells so fast that I would have paid $7 for sure. All right, this is a vintage piece I'm actually gonna give a shot. It's by a brand called Eska, E-S-K-A. And this is a vintage blazer, Esca International Mode, Vienna, Austria. I don't know, it seems very old. But this is a really, really nice colorway. It's coming up actually a little too light. There we go, that's a little better. It's like a nice dark mix of red, brown, and kind of like rust color. I just love this colorway. I love when they have this front like pocket detailing where it's not a flap over, it's just like an open kind of catch-all pocket. This is really nice. I maybe should kind of like steam this a little to flatten her out, but there's no lining staining, no lining rips, and that kind of helped sell me on that. This is actually another vintage piece. This one is by a brand that we do recognize though, and that is Ann Taylor. So this is a really old Ann Taylor label, size small, and this is 100% cashmere. How stinking adorable and trendy is this little cardigan? It's got slightly puffier sleeves, like the cuff is kind of a little thinner than the sleeve itself. It's got the tiny little trendy buttons, let's see if I can show you, that are so in right now, the like too many button trend. It's got kind of a circle neck. It's that nice dusty blue color, and there's not a single pill anywhere on this. This is not pilly at all. I don't think this person wore this very much, but this should do very well. This is probably something that I should cross-post to I was gonna say eBay, but I hadn't yet said it wrong. I could have just continued. Depop. I've been trying to be better. I'm not like keeping the Depop stuff that I get for Ryan for myself. Like I'm not about to become a Depop seller. But if I do have stuff that I am selling anyways that could do well on Depop, I'm trying to be better about putting it over there because I've actually had a couple Depop sales this week, 2 of them. And we'll talk about that in What Sold Sunday, but I've been pleasantly surprised. So next up is Line and Dot. Line and Dot is a very like, it has an unassuming label. When I first found Line and Dot, I genuinely thought it was just like a boutique, and I thought it was kind of like a cheapy brand. But a lot of times it's at Evereve. They can also be at Anthro. And this is really adorable. I actually haven't even looked this sweater up yet. I just know for a fact. I mean, I guess not a fact, but I'm strongly assuming that this is going to be one of the two. It's really cute. Brown is really in. It's just a really oversized plush sweater. It is just so good for the season. It checks a lot of boxes. And then the last from that bag is a Madewell sweater, another brand that I'm quite picky with. This is an extra large though, which I don't frequently find in Madewell. And again, it's just a super cute, great for the season sweater. I can tell this has like wool and alpaca probably in it or some kind of mohair. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that the person cut the label out though, so I'll have to just reverse image search it and find the details on the website. But it's really stretchy, it's really squishy, really cute colors, perfect for the fall, which this also, just like whip myself in the face with that neck. This also felt like it was kind of a similar blend. Does this say? This is, no, it's a wool blend, which I guess is nice. It's only 5% wool. Line and Dot is, it's just, it retails for a lot. It's not like the highest end materials and stuff, but it retails for a lot. Okay, so let's start off this bag. I think then I'm just gonna keep the leftovers in this bag for next week. So we're just gonna be on this like cycle of like catch up with the last week's, but start this week's stuff. First up, another sweater, but this one is men's. This is like the material. I wish you guys could all feel the material on this. This wool is crazy. This is a very, very nice sweater. It is, before I even tell you the brand, it is 100% wool, but again, it's a really, really nice wool. This is by the label Wallace and Barnes, which I've told you guys about before, but I will repeat because I don't think I've talked about it very much. But this is an expensive J. Crew line of men's. They only use this label for men's, and it's, I think, more than their normal stuff. This is a striped, like a sailor stripe kind of sweater turtleneck. What size was it? Was it an XL? It's a large. Now this, it has a couple spots, like specks, as you can see right there. I do not want to ruin this wool. It is so nice. It feels untouched, like soaked. It just feels like new. So I think I'm just gonna list it with the specs. They're between my fingers here. And see how it does. The person that buys it can try what they want to try, or they can bring it to a dry cleaner, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. Sometimes I just don't want to take the risk with trying to clean something. This is another men's item, and this I don't know if I'm gonna sell myself. I really like the color and style, but it's not a brand that always does super well. I've definitely sold it before, but it's not reliable. And I'm really building this up because I'm buying time to do some of the buttons. So this is Woolrich. It's a men's extra large, and it's like a green kind of workman's shacket. I really like this detail, this kind of like quilted stitching corner. And then I like the big pocket at the front, and I really like the color. And I like the contrast over here. So there's a lot that I like about it, obviously. I don't know. I gotta like look into this more. Again, Woolrich can sell. It's not like the best performing, but it can. I might try that for a little, we'll see. This is another brand that I don't think I've ever tried this one. So it's called K. Unger, I believe is how you say it. K. Unger, New York. This is a size 4. I believe this brand is mainly a maker of like dressy and event type clothing and dresses, which this fits into very well, but I think this is so cute. So this, I think, is like a midi length dress, and it has all of this yellow floral with green foliage to it that is all embroidered in, and like every single thing is beaded. This is so cute. I think with the black, the floral just pops. It also has a semi-squared neck. Like it's not perfectly angular, but it's definitely a squared shape. This is just so cute. I suppose I will list it under K. Unger. Her stuff is decently expensive. It's probably vintage, but I think I'll list it under K. Unger. We're gonna do 2 more things. And I'm sorry, but I don't have like a finale for you guys. So we have a pair of shorts and we have a plaid like jacket. Let's do the shorts first. So this is a pair of the stylish boxer style shorts. I talked about this in my arbitrage haul that went up on Tuesday. This is just something that's like really in right now. I'm sure it won't be forever, but currently it is. And these ones don't have pockets, but these are by a brand called Dairy Boy, which I think is kind of like an Instagram trendy type brand, but it is very popular and it's actually pretty expensive. So these are size large, extra large. I've once had a sweatshirt with butterflies on it. It was like camo butterflies, I think, from this brand, and it did so well. And I think it sold for over $100. So I was quite excited to find those. It even has a little like embroidered DB right here. I don't know. I think those are really cute. And then this is a brand that's kind of hit or miss. I don't know if I would call it a Bolo brand, but if you see it at the bins, I guess I'd pick it up. This is another brand that is sold a lot of times at Dolls Kill, so I'm kind of hoping this one is. This is by a brand called Ragged Priest, but this is their Ragged Jeans line. And this is a size medium. I think they're sold at ASOS and stuff too, but it's not like cheapy ASOS, it's more expensive ASOS. I mean, this plaid and stuff in a trucker jacket style, like a denim trucker jacket, should do good right now. So I will give this a shot. I'm sure this retailed for over $100. So again, it's not cheap, and I feel like it used to have a bigger following. Ryan used to be a huge fan, but that was like in college. This is not his style anymore, but he was a huge Ragged Priest fan when he was in college. Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today, but next week, I am actually going to be doing a Thread Up rescue box unboxing, so we're going to change it up a little bit and not just, even though that's kind of like a haul, it's a surprise haul. Even I don't know what to expect. So that's going to be one of the videos next week, and then I'm sure Thursday is going to be a bins haul once again. But if you would like to follow along with my week, I did film a Vlogoween, which of course Ryan makes appearances in, Will, Debbie I think makes appearances in it. That's going up tomorrow on the second channel, which is always or usually the first thing linked below. Coming up on Sunday, regular What's Sold Sunday. This week, again, has been like an up and down sales week. I don't know if it's gonna be as good as the past couple weeks, but it's definitely not been bad. And like I said, I do have 2 Depop sales to talk about that I'm pretty excited about. Ryan and I will see you then, or we will see you tomorrow on the second channel. But for now, I will see you when you choose to see me next. Goodbye and happy October, everybody.